All right, you're familiar with his game, familiar with his highlights. You're here for the first time. The pre-game rituals of MP.
You sure this is what the people want, Zan? I mean, this series is about life on the road.
Nah, this is good, bro. Trust me.
Okay, if you say so.
All right, so what kind of stretch is this?
This is a grounding technique I started doing back in high school.
And what does it allow you to do?
It allows me to lock in and be present in this moment while also seeing what might be in the game.
All right. So what's hitting you so far?
They're all dressed the same. Like a costume party.
So what does that have you thinking?
That I'm gonna crash their party.
With the season just getting underway, how much weight should we put on these early results, RJ?
Ooh, the early season does carry some importance for some clubs. I'd say teams on the younger side, or the teams that have reshaped rosters.
And despite some of the challenging abilities of playing on the road in the NBA, he and his team have made it a point to win tough games away from home. Easier said than done in this league.
And sometimes these kind of declarations can come back to bite you. But in this case, I like what he's doing. He's setting this objective to challenge himself and his teammates because he believes they're good enough to take care of business on the road.
Here's the starting Spurs. They've got Victor Wembanyama, Harper out there with Castle, and it's Bryant in at the power forward. And for an update on MP, let's send it over to Allie.
As you know, MP and his team are coming off of a third consecutive NBA championship. When I asked MP what it felt like to accomplish what they have players like Jordan, Kobe, and Shaq had done, he said, quote, "It's an honor. I'm so proud of this group of guys. This one is the sweetest for us so far. MP, always the humble leader."
Yeah, putting his teammates first. All right, thank you. There's the jump.
Rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. RJ, San Antonio's seen a surge in popularity. Spurs jerseys seem to be everywhere these days.
Yeah, they call that the Wemby effect. When a team has a generational talent like Victor, a lot of new fans come on board.
Prodigy makes no mistake. Slam dunk. And Grant, it's now 3 titles for MP. He's making that a habit.
Yeah, all signs pointing to greatness for MP. Winning big and delivering in fine fashion on the game's biggest stage.
Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Puts up a 3. And the Prodigy gets it to go. The Prodigy's got 11 points.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
Here's Ingram. Sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
He still hasn't missed. 4 for 4 to start the game.
The Spurs have gone 5 of 6. They're rolling. It's stolen by Ingram. Inside. Here's Miller. Back to Ingram. Toronto passing it around. Knocks down the triple. 12 points for him.
Well, that's why Ingram has been an all-star. He gives your team spacing, and he doesn't need the rock to score.
This one's a 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Timeout. Oh, he's on the attack, hitting 6 of his last 7.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. checked in for San Antonio. All right, for this break, let's take a look at the teams that were the toughest to score against last year. The Spurs, number 1.
And their gritty mentality when it came to defense was really infectious. They were the best last year at holding opposing teams to low-scoring totals.
Hammond, pass to Ingram. Now here's Anthony. He's covered by Fox. 6 to shoot. Toronto needs to get off a shot here. Can't get it to go. The Spurs have been on 6 of 7 and looking good. Up again. It's good on the putback.
He'll be around the rim. Defense has always got to know his whereabouts.
Anthony pass to Ingram. There's a pick. Sends it home from three-point land. Oh, man, this has been an absolute battle in the first half.
Each team trying to establish itself. The lead just keeps going back and forth.
And the prodigy gets it to go. Grant, thinking back to last season, MP with the three-peat.
The last time we saw someone three-peat, the Kobe Shaq Lakers of the early 2000s. And before them, you're talking Jordan's Bulls. Not that company for MP.
Now here's Ingram. He's got 12. Powers it through.
With a multi-skilled guard like Fox, you love seeing him spread the ball around.
And so it's Ingram with it. He brings up the Raptors. They trail by 3. Anthony pass to Hammonds. From Indeed. And it's in. Off the glass.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
There's the prodigy. Sure. That's basket number 9 on 12 tries.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And here's Ingram outside. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so, lots of scoring in a competitive first quarter. San Antonio on top, up by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown to the Spurs.
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
Anthony is out there with Walter. Then it's Brandon Ingram. And it's Murphy in at the small forward position. That's the group for Toronto to kick off the second quarter. Now here's Anthony. Still no points. Ingram with the ball. Lets it go from deep. Can't sink it. 4th miss out of 9 attempts. Now Kessler. Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Raptors trail by 5. Pass to checked in for Toronto. Miller comes in for Furphy. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here's Ingram. Rebounded by San Antonio.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
Yeah, when it comes to taking an offense out of its rhythm, what are some of the primary methods, Grant?
Well, BA, you have to disrupt their flow. That can come from steals, deflections, block shots, even change shots. Anything that makes them feel uncomfortable. Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thank you. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic explained what able to adjust. Basketball is not set in stone. If it was, it would be a recipe. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, got to roll with the punches. Thank you, Allie. Bank shot, no good.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Miller. And that misses. That would have put him up. San Antonio leading. Here's the Prodigy. And the layup is good off the glass. The Prodigy's got 22 points. And so last season, MP making second-team All-NBA. Media members see him as a top 10 player.
Well, he is a top 10 player. Let's not get it twisted, BA. One of the best in the business, and it's not empty stats. The things he's able to do on the basketball court impact winning.
You know, Richard, one thing you notice about Victor Wembanyama, he is even-keeled.
Yeah, you don't see him yell. You don't see him criticize. He works on building that team chemistry. I respect players like that, the calm leadership type.
And Anthony gets it to go on the assist from Miller. Miller's got assist number 5 here tonight. Here's Fox. No points yet. Castle outside. And there's a 3-second violation. He's checked in for Fox. Toronto's gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. And some changes here for the Raptors. Jakob Poeltl comes in for Brandon Ingram and quickly subbed in for Walter. And San Antonio with a change here too. Bryant's checked in. Pass to Furphy. The 3 is up. And Bryant pulls it down. The Spurs have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Out of bounds, it'll be Toronto's ball. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Toronto. On Friday, they'll be facing Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics. And then on Sunday, they'll be playing against LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets.
What a great opportunity for this team to take a step forward. They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games would be huge for their overall team.
Wembanyama is a talented passer. He is so good at finding his teammates.
And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Here's Murray Boyles from the arc. And Miller good for 3. Miller's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement today.
And the Prodigy gets it to go. Well, MP is coming off quite the season, Grant, after earning the 3rd Finals MVP trophy of his career.
And that's something that very few players in the history of the game have accomplished. MP has to be proud of that. But we know him, and he's hungry for more.
Takes it inside. Oh, misses the dunk.
He tried to get spicy and totally whipped, huh? Okay. He's going to be living this one down here.
So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And we'll see you back here after the break. 3rd quarter action in just a bit.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
Well, I think for the Raptors, hey, their spirits are high. They have a chance to start the season on a winning streak. Build up that momentum, guys.
The way they looked in that first game, it certainly wouldn't be a surprise. And in our game with the Raptors, a close, entertaining first half.
Limiting turnovers has helped. Give their ball handlers props. They've been smart with the decision-making.
They're certainly running the offense well. You know the coaching staff loves to see this. And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. And on the floor for Mitch Johnson starting the second half. They've got Castle. He's out there with Harper. And it's Wembanyama in at the center position. Now here's Quickly. Still without a bucket. And here's Ingram from the arc. Can't get it to go. Shooting 7 for 13 from the field now.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss. They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Here's Quickly. Miller outside. Ingram away. Shot clock at 6. Rebound by San Antonio. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds in the game. Can't get that one to fall. Toronto trailer. Pass to Quickly. Miller outside. Jacks up a 3. And it's Quickly. That time on the assist from Miller. Quickly's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Right outside. San Antonio moving the ball around. Castle on the way. Here's Harper. Here's the Prodigy. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. That's to Murray Boyles. Back to Miller. And here's Quickly. The 3 is up. Oh, again! Toronto with a triple.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And here's a timeout from Mitch Johnson. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. All right, let's take a quick pause and look at the best shooting team from last season. Number 1, the Spurs.
Tremendous efficiency on offense. They were willing to put in their work to get great looks.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here he goes.
Huge size disadvantage for the defense. Might as well just get out of the way.
The Raptors with a lead. And Grant offensively, Wemby has a lot of different options. Talk about his game.
Put simply, I've never seen a center player with this array of skills. He's an efficient shooter from anywhere, and the length to just apply defenders. I mean, he's got it all.
The Prodigy can't hit.
He hasn't found the range lately. It's wild to think he had 3 triples there in the first half.
Here's Ingram. And he shots in the layup off the glass. And now it's a 6-point Raptor lead.
Yeah, Ingram is having a great night so far, playing passionate offense and finding lots of quality looks. And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Great job drawing the foul and almost converted the shot.
San Antonio shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That one misses. So both teams changing it up here. Raptors lead by 11. Walter out there with Cole Anthony. And it's Brandon Ingram. And it's Murphy in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Here's Hammonds. It's called in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama has 8 rebounds here tonight.
They found strong offensive footing in the open court.
And they need to use that momentum, clawing their way back via fast break points.
Pass to Anthony. Here's Hammonds. Back to Anthony. From outside. Rebound San Antonio. Wembanyama's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Has to set him up.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been fun, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Here's Hammonds. To the middle. And that's good.
We know Ingram as a scorer, but Brandon's really worked on his passing game over the years.
Spurs trail by 9. Pass to the Prodigy. And he lays it up and in. The Prodigy's got 4 points now in the quarter. And MP now in his 4th year in the league. Wasn't that long ago, Grant. He was a highly talented prospect.
Yeah, and all the building blocks we saw from MP as a rookie are still there. But now they've been refined and are pillars of his game.
And it's Anthony with the ball for 2. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Bonner. The Spurs have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the 4th.
These teams are playing with incredible energy.
Yeah, the second half is contrast with the first. Coach must have got on a little bit at halftime.
That one goes. Count out.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
And so it's Mitch Johnson here calling timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. And so it's Mitch Johnson here calling timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Into the lane. Strong finish with 2 hands.
A strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
And left no doubt with that one, Grant. They set the screen. Puts up the tray. Wembanyama there for the rebound. Spurs trail by 5.
And they're on a big run to make this game interesting. Can't let up now.
It's one thing to get close, but do they have enough to take the lead?
Yeah, nice fake by Ingram. Setting the defender up to fail.
Second personal foul. First team foul. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Ingram.
And tense situations at the line, they can count on him to keep his cool.
He takes it in.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. About 3 minutes into the 4th now. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Have to hit 3 shots. And made that adjustment since the break.
Here's quickly.
Second team foul.
He hits the first one. And that makes it a 7-point lead.
Hi.
And so he drops them both. And it's an 8-point ball game. For San Antonio, they've gone 7 of 8 in this 4th quarter. Fires the 3. Here's Castle. Takes a 3. Buries it from outside.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Raptors lead by 5. 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now.
It's hard trying to match up with Ingram, especially when he's looking to score inside.
Takes a 3. Oh, it's off.
You know what? He's got to look to get other guys involved. The 3-point stroke is off.
Here's Miller.
Screen.
Now Ingram. Wembanyama there for the rebound.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. to get food after the game because this one looks a bit out of reach.
They swipe it. What a jam! Holding nothing back.
In a game this tight and this late, that level of defense is money.
And how about the finish there? The rise up and slam. That might put this game out of reach.
This is how you completely steal the momentum. It's clear who is in control of the game right now. Drew the defense and made the proper read, putting his teammates on the front.
Go deep. No good. And an intentional foul right there.
Second personal foul. 13 foul. At the line for your Raptors, Emmanuel Quickly.
Time called here.